Good night, Trinidad and Tobago, and welcome to Panyard Line, the show where the music is real, the conversations are honest, and the legends come straight from the heart of the Panyard. Here we celebrate the innovators, the builders, the arrangers, the tuners, the dreamers, the men and women who keep the steel pan beating strong across generations. No big studio, no stiff interviews, just a vibe, a line, and the people who shape the sound of our nation. Tonight, we start with a story forged in rhythm and raised in the fire of the panyard. A man whose hands have touched every corner of the steel pan experience. Performer, calypsonian, arranger, craftsman, and innovator. From international stages to his own tuning and chroming shop. From competitions to classrooms. From tradition to modern technology, he has made the pan speak in ways only he can. He's an ambassador for the electric pan app, a voice in the percussive harmonic instrument, and a creative force inspiring the next wave of musicians across Trinidad and Tobago. Tonight, he's here, live with us, in front of you, our Panyard Line family. So buckle up, relax, and feel the rhythm. Because tonight, we line with the one and only Adrian Jaikaran.
Hello, Adrian. It's a pleasure to have you on Steel Plant Line tonight. Let's start at the very beginning. Take us back to where it all started.
Well, I mean, I could take it back, but if I take it back, all roads will lead to this very spot that we sit in. Maybe just a couple feet further on the same court. I was 9 years old at the time.
Nice.
I'm 32 now, so you all could do the maths, right? I started at Mood Steel Orchestra with steel pan.
Right.
Was a family thing, you know, so my uncle, my aunties, my cousins, everybody were involved in pan, and my grandmother brought me across here to, you know, also get me involved in pan, you know. And 9-year-old Adrian started. He never stopped. And fast forward to 2025, he's still sitting here,
Nice.
you know, and just doing the good work. But it started right here in the Steel Orchestra.
History.
You've been one of the few arrangers to merge traditional pan with technology. I see you perform the national anthem on a digital pan app at a Pan Tobago event, and I was like, wow. What inspired that move, and how do you see technology shaping the future of steel pan performance and education?
I was very fortunate to capitalize on a lot of initiatives in my younger time, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old. You know, there would have been a lot of programs offered by the government, pan in schools, coordinating council, you know, they teach you pan manufacturing, they teach you all sorts of stuff. And I would have come across people like Professor Brian Copeland, Professor Clementine Beer.
Big names.
You know, I would have come across quite a number of I would say stalwarts in the industry who were just open to helping, you know. And one big move was you know, that very close linkage with Professor Brian Copeland and the percussive harmonic instrument. You know, I would take that instrument, and because I was performing quite a lot, so I mean, I did performances literally everywhere, both internationally and here. Professor Copeland was, I guess, so impressed with that that he gave me a FI, so it's called FI, right? He gave me a FI and just said, Adrian, you know, you take that to the world. And I did that, you know, so I went to Spain, performed near the Pope. I did all sorts of different things with the FI, and Professor Copeland just admired that because, of course, this was mostly pro bono, you know.
Really?
And I'm love just basically built tremendously for technology. I mean, the digital pan also, I came on the scene with that. I mean, a wonderful technology on the iPad. It is the best steel pan app. And I endorsed that, and just, you know, the type of things you could do with the digital pan, it's out of this world. You could arrange a whole Panorama song and it will song like a Panorama band with the digital pan.
As somebody deeply rooted in Trinidad's culture, what message do you hope your music and work with moods can, you know, give to the wider community?
Well, I would speak to particularly young people, right? You can't skip the processes of progression. And I mean, when you talk about progression, you're obviously talking about a journey, right? Everyone would agree that they can progress, right? But if you agree that you can progress, you can't go from here to here. This is the progression period.
True.
Right? The progression period is in the middle. And when you talk about progression, you're talking about sacrifice, hard work, you know, sometimes blood, sweat, and tears, you know. And I've been through that. I'm not saying that you have to go and take a shovel and dig a hole every day and, you know, be tired. However, you know, you need to be willing to invest in yourself. And when I say invest in yourself, not everything is about money, young people. Right? So you go play with a band, you go help out somebody, you know, I mean, you're meeting people, you network, you socialize. This is the way you meet other people, and guess what? Meeting this one, meeting that one, meeting another one puts you onto somebody who, you know what? It put you into a space where you never thought you would have been.
Very true.
That's an important message. Invest in yourself, right? Be willing to progress, great. And if you're willing to progress, be willing to also accept the road to progression.
And also practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect.
So, all right, Adrian. We ended with a quick fire round, right? Short answers only. Morning or evening midnight rehearsal?
Oh, midnight.
Serious?
At midnight. I love. Well, I mean, I would say evening, but you tell me midnight, so midnight. Morning, I'll have to wake up for that.
True. Favorite calypso to arrange?
Oh, ay, oh yo, inchitelele, oh lady walk a mile and a half, oh lady walk a mile and a half, oh lady walk a mile and a half, inchitelele,
the greatest Lord Kitchener, boy. Biggest pet peeve during Panorama season?
Oh my, biggest pet peeve during Panorama season. This is pet peeve as in you don't like it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, boy, walking into the band, the whole band could be missing, but you see when the cello's missing, I'll be sad.
Oh.
Yeah, the cellos, because my music called for a lot of cellos. Yeah, the midsection, called for a lot of midsection. And when you're not there, I'll be sad. So that's definitely a pet peeve.
And this one, keep this one short. One message to Panch and Bego right now.
All right, Panch and Bego has been doing an extremely great job at Panorama. And they're very good at that, and they've been replicating it every year, and it gets better and better and better. What I will say to Panch and Bego is that it's time that they start packaging Panorama, letting it happen, but moving on to other things. The industry needs a lot more of growth and development. Since 1963, the first Panorama, we have been evolving in Panorama, right? If you watch the 1963 Panorama to 2025, there's a huge difference. However, Steel Pan is not only about Panorama, and I believe that team there at Pantalk, they are well equipped and very capable of making more than the Pan as Panorama, right? As the largest body representing Steel Pan, I believe their organization is worth much more. And I'm not saying Panorama is not worth it at all. Panorama is the greatest Steel Pan event in the world.
Of course.
But there are much more great events that needs to happen, and Pantalk, I think, is the organization to do it. So that's my message to them. Focus as they move forward with their plans. Focus a lot more on newer projects that bring more growth, and on the road towards Steel Pan globalization.
Nice. Okay. And one piece of advice to give to a young pan.
All young panists, what I would say is the panyard should be your best friend, right? You know, take away all of the doubt in your minds if you ever think that going to a panyard is wasting your time. Going to a panyard develops not only your playing skills, but your social skills, your moral skills, your just the general ethics of life.
Yes.
You know, most of the managers, the band managers, and the captains of the bands and stuff, they are filled with so much of life experience. It's real down to earth life experience, right? You're not talking about the guy who's sitting on a pedestal with a jacket and tie. You're talking about regular people who have regular jobs who come in at the end of the day to spend time and to put in the work. So yeah, come to the panyards and utilize it. However, do not get stuck by the panyard at the same time, right? Take the information, use it well, and try to advance yourself. There's a lot of room for development in Steel Pan, and all young people can benefit from Steel Pan.
All right, nice. So before we wrap, give me one unforgettable moment. A story from the panyard or the stage that still give you goosebumps every time you think about it. Could be anything.
That had to be the year 2010 or 2009. 2009, yeah. It was at Forzata when we won the medium band category.
Nice.
Yeah. This was I mean, this season, it was just extremely special. I had a group of friends who, we were all playing in the band together, and it was, so of course after practice you lime in, before practice you lime in. It was a sociable experience, a professional experience, a magnificent experience. Of course, winning the medium band category with Forzata, and after we win, of course, we went back to the Panyard. I always remember that night. We went back to the Panyard. We played all fours. We playing cards. We drinking. We eating.
One big lime.
Yeah,
a
big celebration, right?
Nice.
I mean, of course, lots of friends and family, and I think that was a special moment for sure.
Love to see it.
If I could think of a few more, but definitely that is a standout one for sure.
Nice. So, Adrian Jaikaran, ladies and gentlemen, arranger, educator, calypsonian, and the creative force behind Mood's Steel Orchestra 2026 Panorama arrangement. Thank you for sharing your journey, and continue to raise the bar for our national instrument.
Thank you very much.
So much. Yes.
And that's it for tonight's line. Big thanks to our guest and to all of you for joining in the Panyard. I'm your host, Zion Raphael, and this is Panyard Line, where culture meets conversation. Stay safe, stay vibing, and keep the pan playing. Good night and see you next time.